When it comes to Donald Trump and this breaking story, along with his authoritarian fascist rule, one of the key phrases you have to apply is what is past is prologue. Because too often, yes, history repeats itself and tells us what the future is going to look like. And in this breaking story, when you see what his White House Deputy Chief of Staff just said, oh my goodness, is it here? But when you weave the past with the present, you see what I'm saying. I'm going to show you the breaking story in a few seconds. But check out this sound from what was past and prologue to what is happening right now. Check this out.
I recently received a letter from U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
You compared Donald Trump to a third world dictator yesterday in an interview with the New York Times. How so?
Well, I don't know about a dictator. I said a third world strongman.
It purports to notify me that Washington State, and these are her words now, has been identified as a so-called sanctuary jurisdiction. That's her line. By the way, on grounds that her letter makes no effort whatsoever to explain.
He's running for president, so no matter what, he won't be a dictator unless our republic completely crumbles, which I don't anticipate it will.
And that's Marco Rubio, who's now a sycophant follower. Oh, there's more.
She refers to unidentified policies and practices within Washington State that she asserts violate federal law. Once again, without any explanation whatsoever.
You have a leader that emerges and basically says, don't put your faith in yourselves, don't put your faith in society, put your faith in me. I'm a strong leader, and I'm going to make things better all by myself. This is very typical. You see it in the third world, you see it a lot in Latin America.
The letter goes on to invoke federal obstruction, conspiracy, and harboring statutes that carry criminal penalties with prison time.
It's basically the argument he's making that he single-handedly is going to turn the country around. We've never been that kind of country.
Bondi even threatens that state officials, including some of the folks who are joining me today, by the way, just so we're clear, even threatens that state officials, and I'm quoting now from her letter.
The president is an American citizen who serves for a period of time, constrained by the constitutions and the powers vested in that office. The president works for the people, not the people for the president.
Operating under the color of the law, using their official position to obstruct federal immigration enforcement efforts, and facilitating or inducing illegal immigration may be subject to criminal charges.
And if you listen to the way he describes himself and what he's going to do, he's going to single-handedly do this and do that without regard for whether it's legal or not.
And a letter like this cannot be normalized. Let me be very clear.
I can tell you this, for years to come, there are many people on the right, in the media, and voters at large that are going to be having to explain and justify how they fell into this trap of supporting Donald Trump.
Yeah, Marco, you're one of those people who's going to face the music in the mirror later for being a part of this BS.
Washington State will not be bullied or intimidated.
Because this is not going to end well one way or the other.
By threats and legally baseless accusations.
Yeah, it's not going to end well, and they're not going to back down. In this breaking story, look at what Stephen Miller not only threatens, but states. We are here. It is live, folks, for what we're facing in this country. Check out this story.
The sanctuary cities, like Boston, refuse to turn over these menacing threats to public safety. And so now they face not only revocation of funds, not only the loss of taxpayer support, but also potential criminal charges for harboring and smuggling. This is as real as it gets, Sean. The Department of Justice laid out to these mayors how they were breaking our laws, and they refuse to change their policy, and Attorney General Bondi is going to see this thing through to the end.
Now, let's all just admit it right now, if that statement and that letter that the Attorney General sent out, Pam Bondi, if that was in a different language in another country, especially if it was Spanish and it was Latin America, or it was someplace being translated from the Cyrillic alphabet or Moldovan, you would go, oh yeah, sure, that's Banana Republic. It happens all the time. Venezuela, yeah. Hello, Haiti, yeah, sure. No, that is the United States of America. And 73 million people, after watching what he did in his first term, and after seeing January 6th, still voted for this man. So I'm telling you now, if we think anything is going to get this better in the short term, best not hold your breath. America, it is time to buck up and stand up and fight. You guys stay frosty.